Hello and welcome to Forced Entry. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. Step to. Yeah, you know how it is. I apologize for the long hiatus. No Forced Entry for a very long time. But we should be back on our regular release schedule starting now. On this week's episode, Kevin talks with David Vaughn about Mischief Night Masquerade happening in Willimantic at 750 Main. It's an event happening on October 30th featuring bands Spectral Fang, Dr. Martino, and Dangerous Animals. And as always, anything that we talk about, you can check out and click in the show notes down below or wherever it is on whatever podcast player you're playing. But I will let Kevin and David Vaughn kind of tell you the rest about it. So without any further ado, here is Forced Entry.
Welcome to Via the Void. Kevin here, and we got Bobby.
Again?
Yeah, well, yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Even when you don't say it, you're always here. And so we have David Vaughn here. David Vaughn, outside of playing French horn, he is also putting on this way cool Halloween show, Mischief, over at 750 Main Street in Willimantic. You got to go to this. And that's what we're talking about today. Crazy. I'm just going to go ahead and... It's the main lineup. Like, the lineup's the main topic anyway.
That's a great intro, James. Thank you so much. That was a great intro.
That's how the intro works.
Basically, what we're doing, it's going to be on October 30th. The name of the event is Mischief Night Masquerade. It's a 21-plus event featuring such great musical acts as Spectral Fangs, Dr. Martino, Dangerous Animals, all locally sourced, all very exciting bands coming up in the region of the Stores Willimantic area with Dr. Martino and Dangerous Animals, and Spectral Fangs is coming all the way up from Danbury to join us on this one, and it's going to be a real blowout, basically. We're really excited about those three bands. It's going to be a costume party. It's going to be, just the whole Halloween experience, kind of classy, kind of punk, kind of like down to earth, kind of all over the place. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, without it being so close to Halloween on the 30th, without it just being a thing, you got these three bands who are going to be a blast without anything else. Just the three of them together are fun to watch. And then having them on the Halloween, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have some
Huge
real funky energies coming through from the spirit world for sure. We're gonna do some, you know what they say about Halloween night, that the spirits come through from the underworld, that the dead come back to life. All this stuff is gonna happen at Mischief Night Masquerade, 750 Main, Willimantic, October 30th.
Oh man, I'm just so. I've never been pumped. I mean, the Independence Day show was pretty crazy, but the same kind of feel-esque bands coming from that here in Willie, where I don't know. I mean, Willie's a pretty good venue for these three bands, and I think it's just going to be electric.
It's going to be electric, and the thing that is going to separate this, because we've all been to a really great, local show, right? Like, we've all been to...
Oh, yeah.
I just saw Dr. Martino about 2 months ago at Bar New Haven with Moon Honey from Los Angeles, and it was just the most incredible show that I'd ever been to in my life, probably. And it was a local sourced show. It was free in that location because it's a great venue, Bar New Haven. But the thing that's going to separate this is that not only is it going to be a great show with three great bands from the area, it's also going to be a costume party. We're going to be giving away prizes for best costume. We're going to be giving away a lot of prizes for effort on your costume. So if you come through with your costume game strong, you're going to be walking out with something. I don't want to give away too much yet because it's not finalized, but I believe that Cafe Mantic is going to be offering the grand prize for best costume as a $50 dinner for two. at Cafe Manic, which is, as we all know, the best restaurant in Connecticut, as was recently publicated somewhere. It was publicized. Yeah.
It was in the...
I read that somewhere.
Or it was in the Chronicle.
It wasn't a BuzzFeed article. It wasn't a clickhole.
It wasn't an Onion. The Onion's getting down.
That's crazy when the Onions come true later, though. Like when it's something ridiculous, and then 2 years later, it's actually in the news for real. But that different subject. We're back on Mischief night here. And like I was saying, we got Cafe Manic is involved. It's actually Andy he's the collaborative force on my end that's making this all possible. The owner of Cafe Manic also runs the venue, 750 Main, which you can basically, if you have an event that you would like to have very specially made, let's say a wedding reception, traditionally, stuff like that. They do all kinds of events. Anything that you might have your imagination, take you can rent that venue out, and he's got the chefs at Cafe Manic to, cater to your needs and whatnot. It's a really fantastic event, and we're using that connection on this particular night so that he can run the bar, so that everyone can have some pretty spooky cocktails and a nice selection of, I think we're going to have like 3 or 4 different beers.
Nice.
In cans, bottles, some kind. I'm not sure what the price range is yet, but I think we're going to do another one of these later with like Sim and probably Joe
we'll
and
get a couple guys out
Mike,
here and talk about them.
But I know that my good friend Max, the resident gentleman of Cafe Mantic, if you know who I'm talking about, is going to be bartending that night. Can't wait to see what he's going to be dressed up as. But yeah, we've got a lot of other sponsors lined up too. We've got Thread City Inc. Pandora's Playground, 2 tattoo parlors are going to be giving away several gift certificates for free time with some of their premium artists.
That's a real big deal.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, if you're into tattoos, definitely are going to want to check out this show, because
those are 2 premier venues too. So I mean, those are
Pandora's Playground's really coming up in the Store Center area. It's pretty much the preeminent Yukon tattoo place, and then Thread City Inc. has been established here for a while. Everyone knows about them in Willimantic. So if you like tattoos, piercings, that kind of stuff, that's going to be on the table. We've got Jamaican Me Crazies throwing down gift certificates too.
This is getting crazy.
We've got U-Vape. I see you got a vape in your hand right now.
I'm a big fan of U-Vape, actually.
Yeah, you been there? You know those guys? Or?
Oh, yeah. What's up, Sage?
Yeah, Sage. Those guys I think are going to be there handing out oils and rigs, as well as some gift certificates. There he is. Yeah, so
it's kind of a podcast tradition.
Yeah, it's going to be you're going to want to like really put some thought into your costumes on this one, because it's going to be not like a black tie costume party, but it's a masquerade, there's going to be no jungle juice there. So yeah, it's $15. Bring your A game, and you're going to come out with way more than you went in with, basically. Yeah, it's going to be a great night.
I'm just, I'm really excited to see these 3 bands. Know them very well, and every time you see them, it just, reestablish why you even love them in the first place. So every time you see them, it's very new. But then to have, CPC. So getting in there and then doing it under a costume type event with that kind of electricity, and then all these prizes. I mean, this is going to be a huge night. I mean, I don't know.
We haven't even talked about what it's going to look like in there. We haven't even talked about that yet.
What's it going to look like, Dave?
I mean, just imagine like a haunted house. Like you're outside on Main Street, Willimantic, and you turn the corner and you see 750, and you're like, oh shit, that's a haunted house. They're doing a haunted house in there tonight. They must be. That's what that looks like from outside. And you're going to see strobing lights, because I'm putting together the logistics so that we're going to be able to stream some black and white movies on the walls and even among the audience. All, old stuff. We're talking Nosferatu. We're talking classic horror movies, classic black and white horror movies all night. We're going to be streaming them on wherever we can, however many projectors we can throw together. We're going to be doing that. And so that, along with however we're going to dress it up in there, it's going to be very thoughtful. There's going to be a lot of energy devoted towards making that scene come together. And so
so if you do not go to this, I'm under impression that you're going to be sad on the 31st.
Yeah. We're not talking about your regular old like spider cobwebs and like plastic spiders and stuff like that. Like
Nosferatu's going to be there.
Nosferatu might just come through a pentagram on the floor like at this event. Like
oh my goodness. Man, I am very excited, and you explained it very well about how many reasons to be excited. I want to know from the person who's orchestrating this, what are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about the opportunity to hear these three bands together, first of all, and also under these circumstances.
It's going to be crazy, right?
Their names are Spectral Fangs, Dr. Martino, Dangerous Animals, three of the most mischievous, spooky names that I can think of in my whole life, and we're throwing them together.
That way.
We're throwing them together on this show, and so there's that. And word on the street is that around midnight there's going to be a dance party that I'm not going to give it away, but there's going to be a group that's going to play called the Spook Crew. And if you are familiar at all with such tunes as Thriller by Michael Jackson and Who's to Say What Else, like that's just, I'm not going to give too much away. Like we might even play a Skrillex song, but you guys are going to be dancing. That's going to be all part of the giveaway stuff that we have to give away. Is at the end of the night, if you're going to dance your butt off, then you're going to walk away with a gift certificate to something. So
remind us again, how much is this? I mean, you're getting the bands, you're getting the opportunity to compete with your costume, you're getting the opportunity to be there with friends and have a great time, and there's going to be beverages of adult variety.
There's going to be very thoughtfully spooky beverages,
which is awesome. So you're going to have all this stuff here. How much are we getting in for? I mean,
well, if you leave it till the night of and you're just trying to walk in, it's going to be $20 at the door.
But you're leaving with something if you have a good costume.
Yeah, and some of the people that are going to be checking out the Parsons Field event earlier in the night at the town hall who aren't quite sold on this, they may hear this going on across the street and just decide to come down. That's fine. Please come on down.
Bring Parsons Field with you.
Yeah, I hope that Harrison. And I went to high school with Harrison. Shout out to Parsons Field.
Yeah.
Didn't realize they were doing this the same night, but that's been one thing that's been brought up. But yeah, so $20 at the door. If you grab the pre-order, though, it's $15. I don't want to. Yeah, here's another bombshell. If you happen to be listening to this podcast, this includes everyone in this room. If you made it this far into the podcast, and no one's going to post about this online either, you can get 10% off your ticket price when you go through the ticket link by typing in the promo code Mischief Night.
No, that 10% is awesome. Off. Yeah. That's a bomb.
So if you made it all the way through this podcast, then that's for you.
That is for you.
And yeah, sorry everyone else, but you weren't listening to Via the Void, so
that's what you get. That is fantastic. So, I mean, $15.
Yeah, $13.50 if you made it this far into the podcast.
$13.50 to do all of this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's a steal.
Yeah, have a chance at free tattoo time, free food, gift certificates.
Yeah,
just the experience itself.
And it's not like it's just free food. It's cafe-mantic food.
Yeah.
That's high caliber.
Actually, sorry to disappoint. There's not going to be like free food there. There may be some snacking.
But it's the gift certificate.
The gift certificate, yeah.
The gift certificate.
The gift certificate, yeah.
The gift certificate for the food.
That's what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be something to munch on They're not too heavy. You're gonna want to eat dinner.
You're gonna
before
munch
you
on
come
those
out.
crunchy tones from Dr. Martino.
Yeah, clean plate club. Yeah, yeah.
Clean your plates, kid.
Clean your plates.
It's a public service announcement. I don't know. Like, if you're not going to this, text via the void or email us and give me a really good fucking reason why you're not
Good
going.
reason, yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to hear it because it has to be, along the lines of I'm crashing a plane somewhere or
Yeah, you're going to want to drive out for this one. You can definitely find a place to crash in town. People in Willimantic are
There's a lot of
the
parking.
friendliest people in the whole country. If you don't know any of them, you'll meet some. And, yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic party for sure. Any last parting words? Any
Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Ball is life. Come see us on the courts.
This has been a Via the Void production. If you like this podcast, go check out viathevoid.com for other podcasts like Video Haha, Forced Entry, and Via the Void Podcast. Go check it out.